homosexual behavior between adult consenting males in private.
Are being taught that they have an inalienable right to be gay.
All of those children are being cheated of a sound start in life. Yes, cheated.
Do you want homosexuality taught in school?
No. What we really object to is promoting homosexuality as a positive alternative way of life.
That you're portraying a form of sexuality which is against the natural order of life. You're portraying a form of sexuality which is diminishing your own personality.
What you people are missing out is that my sexuality stems from tenderness and love and caring. Exactly! I'm not saying that it doesn't.
Okay,
I haven't said that yours doesn't. I'm saying that mine does as well. And I don't understand why you want to hate me for loving and being tender.
Mike.
Good evening. The headlines at 6 o'clock. In the House of Lords, a vote is taking place now on a challenge to the poll tax.
Now 28 minutes to 8. Schools and libraries are being encouraged to do something in February for what's being called LGBT History Month. That's lesbian, gay, bisexual and transgender History Month.
First of all, do we want to live in a society where people of all sexual orientations are treated with equal respect and have access not to special, frankly, but equal opportunities? Do we want history to seek the truth, or a partial or distorted truth which avoids issues which for some are undoubtedly difficult?
Love someone is not a crime, without race, religion, and sexuality. Hi everyone, I'm from JB, currently 21 years old, and I'm part of the LGBT community. There has a word that can describe me as unique, because I believe that people who are more capable of modifying their behavior to address unique situations and problems than their heterosexual and homosexual counterparts. In my opinion, I don't think sexual minorities is acceptable in our society and our country. There are still many people who are not acceptable, especially the older generation. I think because Malaysia is an Islamist country, it's rather challenging because we don't want any time when the law is used to against us for any reason. When I was aged 30 or 40, I was passing by the basketball field, and one day I sit down and look at the people who play the basketball. But I noticed that I tend to stare at the guys longer to see how they play the basketball. And then when my friends all gather up and talk about the girl who are very sexy in the next class, I couldn't relate to them. When I realized that maybe I was different from others, at the moment, I feel fear. And I think I'm a monster. I did not tell to my parents, my friends, because I worry that is wrong, and I don't want to make my parents disappointed on me. As a sexual minorities group, it's more challenging than others. This is not a choice. If this is a choice, one suffers discrimination, exclusion, or others, for example, the verbal attack. For me, I think this is with God. It's a God arrangement. I can't change my sexual orientation. What I can only do is I only can change my mindset, my mind, and make myself be brave and stronger. I like to say to people or society out there watching this documentary, if you are part of sexual minorities LGBT community group, life is yourself. Life is only once. There's no any chance to come back. Be yourself, be bravery, and have a wonderful life.
Hi,
I'm Alex, and yes, I'm from INTI International University. I have been with INTI for more than 20 years, and I'm a marketing lecturer. At the same time, I do teach mass comm students, so that's who I am. Yes. It's definitely yes, but it's interesting to see. If you were to ask me like that, I'm going to split it into two parts. Like, as I say, I have been teaching at INTI for about 20 years. So I will put it as first half and second half. First half meaning from year 2000 to 2010. I don't see so many of these cases, but coming to 2010 up to now, I do see many of all these kind of cases. So many of these students come and talk to me about their problem. Yes, I do have from time to time. Well, I think the only words that I can say to them is just stay strong. I mean, just be yourself, and you don't have to argue back. And if these things really happen, just, well, what can you do? If you're going to argue with them, would you get anything in return? No, just stay strong. Just stay with, just be who you are. I think that is the only things that I would say to them. Yeah. Well, definitely. I'm always there for them, to be honest to you. And in fact, in class, I do take it as a topic to discuss with students. I'm not trying to persuade them to be LGBT, but at least what I was trying to do is that I just want to let them know that, well, respect them as a human. Well, they didn't do anything wrong. They were just born to be one of those. So, respect them. I think that is the basic rights that they should deserve. So I always try to say that to my students. Yeah. Well, they are born to be one of them. They are not a choice that they can choose. I want to be this, I want to be. No, they were born to be. So I think we should learn to respect them. That they're also human and they're just like us, and they're just one of us. It could be your friend, could be your brothers, could be your sister, could be any of your classmates. So to me, why reject them? And they're just one of us. It's just in a society. So I think it's very important that we should show respect to them. Just that, as I said, treat them as any of your friends. Don't reject them, don't see them differently, or don't treat them differently. That is mutual respect from humans. I think that is very important. The first part is, what would I say to these LGBT groups? I think I would advise them to stay strong, be yourself. And it's nothing wrong to be yourself. Of course, you don't have to openly tell people, hey, I'm gay, hi, I'm lesbian. You don't have to. You just be yourself and just live like normal. Okay? If when time that you want to tell people, or you trust someone that you want to let them know that who you are, just say so. But if you think that you don't have to, just don't have to. Okay? Not that it is not a must that everybody must know that you are gay or you're lesbian. I think that is very important, that they need to have this kind of mindset. Okay, because at the moment, I think our society is still not matured enough to accept this group of people, so they don't have to tell everybody who they are. So they need to learn how to protect themselves as well. I think that is the first part of it to them. And to the society itself, as I say, I always tell my students, have you ever thought about, in future, who knows, your children might be gays or lesbian. So what would you do? Now, some students told me that, they can't accept this and that, but I always question them. If you can't accept them to be gay and lesbian, what are you going to do to them? Are you going to force them to love different gender? And if you force them to do so, do you think they will be happy? And do you think that you are making them better in their life, or you are actually damaging their life? I think that is the questions that I always want my students to think about it. And when you reject them as a parent, what will happen? I think you will lose your children. Or rather, I would say, you will lose your son or your daughter. But if you accept them, they would be very happy. And on the other hand, you may have got extra son, or you may have extra daughter. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the partner. So to me, I think they are your children. You should show your love to them. If you can't accept them, who would you expect to accept them? Am I right? Would you expect the society to accept them? If you yourself, the closest to them, you can't accept them. I think that is the point that all people need to think about it. I think currently Malaysians, we are still not ready to accept this facts that our children are gays and lesbian. Like you look at US, you look at Taiwan, I think they are getting okay with it. So it's just a matter of time. I think it really takes time for Malaysian to get to that stage whereby accepting them. So but anyway, as my advice to all these LGBT people around, learn to protect yourself. You don't have to tell the world who you are, okay? Just be yourself. And if you really think that you got no friends to friend with, I'm always there for you. Okay, so I always support you. I always would tell you, I would always tell you, stay strong and be yourself. So yeah, that's my advice. Not a problem, I'm always there for you guys. So when you need help, come to me, all right? Right up, thank you so much, bye-bye.
I'm Zongyan. I'm a clinical psychologist at Library Psychological Center. So I have been in this clinical practice for around 4 years. Alright, I guess many of you will be very wondering what actually causes a person to have certain sexual orientation. However, based on many research, okay, at this moment there is still no consensus among the scientists about the exact reasons that an individual actually developed into a heterosexual, bisexual, or gay or lesbian. Okay, so many research has been done to examine the possible of the genetic, hormonal, developmental, social, and cultural influences on sexual orientation. However, up to date, okay, there is still no findings have emerged that permits scientists to conclude that the sexual orientation is determined by any particular factor or factors. In my personal experience of clinical practice, people from the LGBT group or heterosexual group may have difficulty in their daily life in the same way, like for example, the stress from the family members, their relationship status, their work and stuff. These things can actually bring them to experience difficulty. However, when it comes to seeking help in psychological way, so affirmative therapy is a type of psychotherapy which is used to validate and also advocate for the needs of sexual and gender minority clients. Therefore, therapists usually will use a verbal and non-verbal means to demonstrate an affirming stance toward lesbian, gay, bisexual clients. So in this case, if people from the LGBT groups, they may be worrying about whether their therapists or counselors are against or advocating their stance, their feeling, to understand their condition. It is always good for you to actually ask your therapy or your counselors their background and also whether their stance toward the LGBT group.
Hi guys, thank you for watching my documentary video. I hope you enjoyed and learned something and get something from this video. Thank you.